good evening. So today is the second session of our development course. So let's start with today's session. It's already 7:05. So let's wait no more and we'll start. So hope my screen is visible to all. So yesterday we covered or started with the data types, the topic data type, what is data type in the Apex, and we covered the primitive data type, which is the simplest one. Okay, if we are having any single value and I want to store it, so how we will going to store into the variable based on the data type. Okay, so let me open that class, Apex class. Okay, so this was the code yesterday we did. The sum of two numbers, this is the 1 and the 2. Based on the value I want to store, I decided the data type, and then in this variable I store this value. Okay, so today we will see the next type of data types available in the Apex, which are the collections. Okay, so till here what we did, let's suppose we are having the value 10. Okay, and I want to store this value. So how you will going to store? You will simply going to create any variable, and to this variable you will going to provide the data type. Okay, so the variable you will going to create, and to this variable the data type you will going to provide. If it is of integer type, then the data type will be of integer. If it is of text type, please try to keep mute yourself. If it is of text type, then your data type will be the string. Now, this is the case when I only want to store the single value, okay? Any single value like 10, 20, 30, or any simple name I want to store like the Kanika. I want to store this name. So I will going to create one variable will be of a string type, okay? So the data type will be in this case will be the string. So here again we are having the single value which I want to store. What if now I want to store the values of multiple values, like I want to store 10, then 20 and 30. So these three values I want to store in a single variable. So now how we will going to store the multiple values? So whenever the case come where you need to store the multiple values, then in that case, instead of primitive data type, we will going to use the collections. Okay, or they are also known as the non-primitive data types. So that the first one yesterday which we have seen is the primitive data type, and today we will going to see the non-primitive data type, under which the first is the collection. The collection means now the case is to store the multiple values instead of single value. So yesterday we only stored the 10, but today I want to store 10, 20 and 30. These three values I want to store into the variable. Okay, so in this case now comes the collections. So here first we will see what type of value I want to store. So here you will see these are the three numbers, which means the data type will be the integer. Correct. Why it is integer? Because my value is of number type, so the data type will be integer. Now as these are the multiple values, so you will going to use the list. Okay, so now I will going to create a data type which will be of list of integer, which means now here multiple values of integer types we will going to store. So here in the collection we have three types. The first is the list, then the second is the set, and the third is the map. These three are the options you are having to store the multiple values. So one by one, we will see when to go for list, then set, and then the map. Okay.